Hello, hello, everyone. Finally, I show my face.
I know. It's so nice to see you and Happy New
Thank
Year
you. Happy New Year too.
again.
Again and again. Do you know, I feel this year will be amazing. I don't know
Because
why.
you went through a cleanse. Your
Yeah,
body went through all of that stuff. You released everything and now you're
yeah,
ready.
yeah. I'm so happy to see you and speak with you and chat with you today. Our topic is very nice. We will speak about ourselves and
Yeah.
not about anyone else because we touch this love inside ourselves, inside our heart, and we will speak about love.
Yes. Yes, yes. As soon as you said that, it's weird. Something happened. Like I started, my heart was like, but you know what you just did right now, Mariam? That's what it is. Because when we connect to our love, to our heart, it's that sigh of relief,
Yes.
right? Like the way you did, because that's what it is. Because when we're here, it's the mind, it's the fear, it goes from the past. But when you connect to love, when you connect to your heart, it's like you can just let your armor go. Let that safety net that we built, let it go and just show up. Think, here I am, right? I'm going to ask you. So, what has changed? What did you think love was before?
Love before is a different from now for sure. Now I do everything from my heart, not from my mind. Usually I am like before I get a session with you and do all this breathing technique and so on. So usually I use my mind, not my heart.
I know.
As soon I use my heart, I feel my life changed big time, big
Yeah.
time. Even in my family, even in my business, even my relationship. Now I'm attracting people looking for love. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Not a mean people.
Yes. Because I know when you used to say, well, I'm doing all of these things, rather. I'm doing the breathing technique and I'm eating proper food. But I was like, yeah, but I don't feel you. Remember, I used to say, but Miriam, I don't feel you. Because if I don't feel you, then others can't feel you.
Yes, I agree.
Because it is about the feeling.
Yeah.
Because when you connect to your heart, we feel, and that's what we are. It's a magnetic field that's coming out of our heart. And that's what the person in front of us, because remember, the nervous system, it's all looking. So it feels it's gonna feel safe if your heart's open. But we all close our hearts off because we're scared.
Yeah.
We're scared of getting hurt.
Yes. Get hurt to get anyone to get advantage from us.
Advantage of you.
Yeah.
Because you and me both. I remember when we started talking, you were like,
I don't want anyone in my life.
I did.
I
My
hurt
heart's
enough.
closed.
I hurt enough. I don't need anyone else in my life. Yeah, I remember.
And so it was interesting. I didn't realize for years what I was doing. But when I started to do this work and I was asked like about opening the heart, and this was like I was sharing this with someone yesterday. I have forgotten where my start of the healing journey. Yes, it was through Mind Valley and all that. But I remember buying this book because I did this coaching on myself with me.
Yeah.
I bought this book. It was called, I just went to a store and that time I used to do this where I'm like, no, I used to basically say, help me. Help me, show me a way, because I was not in a good space. I remember lunchtime I go to the store and there's this book. Was called 40 Day, 40 Night Self-Discovery.
Mm,
And it was like a workbook. So it would ask you all these questions and you write and all of that. And I remember it was painful because I was doing this on my own.
mm,
And all these things I didn't realize, things that I've been holding on for years started to come out, right? And I remember in there, after a while, I realized I had closed my heart. Like this is, I used to joke about this with my friends. If any of my friends are listening, they'll know what I'm talking about. So I used to say, I have wall around me, cemented wall around my heart. I put a barbed wire. You know those wires, they're spiky. They put that so people can't get through. I have that around me.
To
I
protect
have to
yourself.
protect doors and doors and doors and doors because Miriam, guess what I thought heart and love was all about? Intimate relationships.
Yeah.
The heart was not meant for me. It wasn't meant to create. I did not know. Did you know? Half the people don't know that. It's like, okay, first is a physical heart. Secondly, love is all to do with the parents, or it's mainly with partners.
Yeah.
Nobody told us, you close this off to the world.
Yeah. Close your future, close your life, everything.
Everything. And closing, the biggest thing is we closed ourselves to ourselves, to that authentic self, to that amazing, beautiful soul, or whatever you want to call it, came into this world. That little baby, that innocent, amazing, loving baby that came into this world. We closed our heart after that. So we can feel. We can feel our love. So what did we do? You, me, and 90% of the people. We looked for all of that outside. The job to fill us up, the relationships to fill us up, the fancy bag to fill us up, the vacation to fill us up, food, all of that. We kept looking outside to fill us up with love. And I think last year for both of us, even though I've been doing this work, but I wasn't fully because there were some things I had to work on. I had to let go of. Again, because I was looking for it outside. And I have no problem sharing all of this now because there's no shame in it. Yes, I was one of those person, not consciously, because I could take care of me. I had no problem being on my own. I've traveled on my own. I could go for dinner on myself. I had no problem. But a part of my mind kept telling me, hey, Radha, if you're not with a man, you're not in a relationship, you're nothing. That was the mind of me, mine,
Because, this is what we got.
programmed.
Yeah, programmed from our maybe community, maybe
Yeah.
family. You need a support from man to like
And
some.
if you do not feel safe as growing up, now you're looking for that safety, thinking that man's going to make you feel safe and loved.
You have to feel safe by yourself
Yeah.
first.
But if you don't realize that, if you don't, because like I said, the programming thing,
Yeah.
right? So I was practicing feeling safe, but
Mm,
because I had not taken care of this one aspect of my life, a little bit of me was still in that zone where I
mm,
had to let go the year before.
mm,
And the minute I did that, and then I realized this little girl just needed all of me, full time, 100%. I had to bring all the energy back to just her. And I gave her all of this love. And that's the time I've always worked on the inner child work. I did this inner work for years. But that's when, and I've had a picture on my phone, but that's when I took this picture. I told her, you're more than enough. You great the way you are. And the bottom I put, you're safe and supported. And this has been sitting here, but that's when I fully started to give her that love.
mm,
All the attention went to her. She started to feel fully safe and fully in love
mm.
with herself. So that's why I am at this point now. I could say it's the love that makes all the difference
Yeah.
out there. in the world. And we have to give that. And that's what I'm sharing with everyone that I work with. That you have to bring all your attention from the business and everything you're doing. Let it go. Right? Remember, I said, don't worry about it. Come back. What do I always say? Come back to your heart space.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Right? Anytime you guys reach out to me, anyone reaches out to me, or when I'm doing the coaching session, oh my God, Radha, this is happening to me. That's what do I say? Come back
Back to present
to your
moment, to
heart
your
space.
heart space.
Yeah, present moment. And then I would say, come back to your heart. Put that hand on your heart. Feel your heart. Feel your love. Come back to you. Because here we feel safe.
Do you remember when you asked me, put your hand on your heart and see like a green light, a bright green
Yes.
light? Believe me, when you do it and you mean it, you can feel it and you can
Yeah.
see it.
Yes. It takes you in a really space that it's hard to explain till you get there. And the first time when I tried to get into my heart, that was about 4 years ago, I cried like a little girl because I couldn't feel it at first. I couldn't feel my heart and slowly trying to chip away, but I was doing this on my own. At least with you guys, you had me to walk you
Yeah.
through. I
I,
was on my own and I cried like a little girl the first day I actually felt my heart. I curled into a little ball. I literally went like that and I just cried and cried. And then afterwards, every time, even now, when I say I'm connecting to my heart space, I start to smile and laugh because that's what happens when you come
you see, we are happy to speak.
here. That's what it is.
Yeah, I feel like I'm full of love. I can spread it to everyone. I can like hold it on me only.
And how many times, and recently I've had a lot of people where they were having, because it's this year at the end, you're getting pushed a lot of stuff. So they're going through stuff. And all I kept saying, I said, okay, right now, just say to yourself, I'm directing my heart to open up. I'm going to my heart space. I said, just come for a few seconds. And all I would say, just for a few seconds, take your hand, put your heart. And oh my goodness, Miriam is like,
Switch right away.
right away. I said, now think about all of that.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I don't feel that fear. I don't feel my heart racing. I don't feel all of that.
You feel, do you know what I feel when I say about love? I feel like I would like to fly. I would jump.
That's why.
Mhm. Do you feel like me or I am like
No, that's what it is. It is that state. Okay, so I'll tell you what it is. Let's just get right into it. We don't talk about everything today. So, why do people do drugs?
lack of like emotions or like
No,
care?
no. When they take it, why do they do more? So what happens is releases these hormones. Well,
Yes,
it's dopamine hit that oh, feeling good,
yes,
right?
yes, correct.
All of this energy hormones get released, right? So that high feeling they say, I don't know, because I don't. This is what I'm saying. This is what this high is. Because I hear people saying they're high, flying. That's Mariam, this is it.
I'm not taking anything, believe me.
No, we're taking a hard drug. We're taking a love drug. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
This is why I say I work with people in addiction.
yeah,
And when they first do all of this work, they're like, oh, but when they stop, it's a consistent. You have to consistently keep going now. It's not, you can't stop.
yeah.
This is a consistent. So another thing I've been talking. So when we connect to heart, going to heart is a bonding energy. So you know that remember in the beginning what I used to say to you is okay, because when you're feeling fully not in your heart, it could open up. I said, think about your son the first day.
Yeah, when I hold my
Son, remember, I do that with everyone. I said, think about your baby, your firstborn, being put in your arms. And I could see you guys just going, smiling.
face and smiling and
And I
happy.
said, now you know. I go, that's what being in your heart, that's what love is. When we feel that, oxytocin gets released,
Yeah.
bonding energy, especially with women, right? Or men too. So, what I've been saying recently, I actually said that to someone yesterday. I said, do you want to walk around with cortisol? That's that adrenaline, awful stress. Or do you want to walk around with oxytocin? And she goes, I want to walk around with oxytocin. I'm like, okay, there you go. Come into your heart space. Because this is how we look like and feel like when we connect to our heart.
Mm.
It's that energy that comes out. We don't have to think about anything because once you practice, in the beginning, you might have to think of something or someone that makes you feel love. Because if we don't know what love is, because I get always asked, oh, that emotion or feeling, because love is also what you do to yourself, taking care of you, right? But if you don't feel that emotion, that oxytocin energy that I'm talking about, the hormone, then you think about someone who makes you feel, puts that smile on your face unconditionally. So I always bring you a people, anyone, especially if it's parents or mother, how did you feel when your baby was put in your lap? Or when you're in the vacation and you're in the ocean swimming, or whatever you're doing with your favorite beverage or whatever, when you feel like nothing matters. That's in the bonding and hormone is that oxytocin that gets released in your heart. And when we connect your heart space, that's what happens. And that's when we start to feel this way, right? The love energy.
Yeah.
And with that, I'm going to ask you, Mariam, what do you think we can create when we get into that energy?
Everything we would like. I know.
And I know before we turned on the camera, we talked about how we don't like you said about me, and I said, I don't recognize my life last year. I
Yeah.
don't recognize this person. And we said that about ourselves, right?
We
The
are a
last,
different people, a different version of ourselves.
yeah, yeah. It's like I keep saying that was like my biggest transformation. I was in a journey going through, but the transformation, the biggest transformation in my life was last year. And now it's continuing to. But where I don't recognize, I look at myself, I'm like, or even when Maria said, I was listening to our podcast, I'm like, who's that woman talking? Because remember my fears that I've had. Even when we started last year, I was nervous about it, all of that. But now when I hear myself, I'm like, who's she? What did you do to her?
Yeah. Did you remember when I told you before we turn on the camera that everything, even you don't have to prepare for anything.
We don't.
You don't have. We
Yeah.
never prepare for any episode, believe me.
We're just
All you
like,
do, just
even the
stop it
topic, we right away.
right away. We don't like spend hours and hours to prepare this
In the beginning, we had to do that because, again, we
are
had to get
new,
through
new. But after that, no, because we do it with love. We do it
coming from our
from
heart.
our heart, okay? And I told her, even myself in my business, I never like prepared anything. I like to be speaking from my heart.
Yeah,
Heart is very important to be successful in your life.
yeah,
Achieve all goals you put it.
yeah.
Be in your heart, and you will
That's
find
right.
a miracles in your life.
Oh, oh, I mean, I'm not going deep. I'm not going to go there, but the miracles that happened in my life recently, wow. One of the things is also I've been using, I get into the state at work because, as I'm an instructor, so I'm teaching. So sometimes new stuff comes my way. And of course, my mind will like, well, rather, you don't know this. right? You haven't done this part of it. So I would start to go through the curriculum and looking through and trying to think what I'm going to say, blah, blah, blah. And then I catch myself. I'm like, stop it.
Yeah, you have to stop it.
Stop it. So before I get online, before I start, I'm like, direct my heart to open up.
Yes,
Raise my vibration, spirit speak through me, whatever it is. And I turn on the camera and off I go. And when I'm finished, I'm like, what happened? But
this is
that's what it is. When we let the mind get in the way, because the mind's saying, well, you don't know this stuff, Radha. You haven't done this part. How you gonna? I mean, it's different. Teaching, you already know how to teach, but new things come your way. But it's gonna happen every time. New topics will pop up that I have never dealt with. But when you let your mind get in the way, you can never get ahead, is what we're trying to say. But when you walk with your heart, you show up with your heart, anything and everything is possible,
yes.
right?
Final sentence for people to follow.
Final sentence.
Yeah.
Can I do this? I wasn't planning on it. I would like everyone, whoever's listening, and if you want to do this, you can do this too now. Why don't you just close your eyes and just take your awareness to your breath. And every breath, I want you to feel you're going closer and closer to your heart space. Your mind might try and tell you, oh, you have this to do and that to do. Just let your mind float and just go deeper into your heart space. And if you can, put your hand on your heart and say, I direct my heart to open up. I'm connecting to my inner peace. I'm connecting to my love, my inner love. To me, I'm connecting to my authentic self. And then just feel that feeling. And you might feel like your heart's closed, you're not going there, but just imagine you're already there. Or think of someone or something that puts that smile on your face. If the parent, think about your firstborn or anything that has given you that joy of unconditional love. And just feel that in your heart right now. Slowly bring you back so you can open your eyes. And hopefully, all of you
Leave me
were
there.
able. Huh?
Leave me there.
Leave me there. I know you always say that. Everyone says that to me. Don't take me out. I want to
Please.
stay there.
I would like to stay there. Yes.
Every chance I get, I take myself. But what I start to do now is I practice with my eyes open. I do that with all of you too now. Like I say, have your eyes open and say that. Because then you can be in any situation around you and you say that to yourself. Guess what happens?
Yeah.
You come back here and you come out of here.
Yeah. Do you know the people trained or like a professional like you, they can do it when with open eyes. This is what I heard. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is the like a very high stage of okay. But like me, I'm still at the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a close
It's
eyes.
slowly. Yeah, it's you do that because the reason you have to do with your eyes closed and go within, because when you close your eyes, your mind is not, because when you've been used to your mind taking over. But as it goes, and you slowly start to do it while you have your eyes open, but just saying it, a simple thing, you don't even have to say it, simple thing, because it already knows. I say to everyone, if you work with me, you're initiated. So you know, your mind knows that when you say, when you put your hand on your heart, it knows. So the minute, like with me, even though when there's things happening around me, and all I do is no one knows. I just take, now it's become a habit. I consistently notice my hand just goes here on its own. And the minute I do that, my body just goes.
Really. Thank you so much, Radha. I like this topic because it's from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you again and have a great, great day. Uh, bye, Radha.
Bye. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Miriam. Nice to see you again.
Thank you. Me too. Bye bye.